Today we're going to look at first baseman of the 70s. As a reminder for all of my rankings, I only consider stats accumulated while playing the position and only in the 70s. In order to be considered, you had to play at least half the decade at first for a minimum of 810 games. First base is the toughest to rank as so many amazing players played there, but not as their primary position for the decade, even though I might remember them that way. Willie Stargell and Carl Yastrzemski both played less than 5 full seasons at first, and Rod Carew played more games at second. As a result, they're not in the running for this ranking despite being Hall of Famers and all-time greats. Let's start off with Willie McCovey at number 5. Willie was on the back nine of his career, but still a very productive player. He played close to 1,200 games and accumulated nearly 1,000 hits while maintaining a solid .256 batting average. He came in second for the decade with 207 home runs as a first baseman and knocked in 680 RBIs. Willie co-led the decade in slugging percentage with a healthy .478 and made 2 All-Star games in a crowded field. Lee May occupies the 4 spot and may come as a surprise to some, though he really shouldn't, as he led all first basemen in the 70s in both home runs and RBIs with 226 and 787 respectively. Similarly, his slugging percentage was an impressive .459 and twice exceeded .500. Lee made a couple All-Star appearances and is a member of both the Reds and Orioles Hall of Fames. Coming in at number 3 is George Scott. George led his peers in both runs and games played at 674 and 1,310 respectively. He knocked in his fair share of runs as well, coming in second with 739 RBIs while also knocking out 190 homers and maintaining a solid .273 batting average. George could field too, and he led all first basemen with an impressive 6 Gold Gloves on his way to a couple All-Star appearances. Occupying the number 2 position is Hall of Famer Tony Perez. Tony was a vital part of the Big Red Machine, and though he didn't lead his peers in any of the considered categories, he was amazingly consistent across the board. He was third in both slugging and RBIs, fourth in both hits and batting average, and fifth in home runs with 161. Tony was a stalwart at first in the decade. Coming in at the number 1 spot is Steve Garvey. Personally, I think Steve should be in the Hall of Fame, and he was the iconic 70s first baseman. He led all first baggers with an impressive .312 batting average that helped propel him to appear in a position-leading 6 All-Star games. Along the way, he won 4 Gold Gloves and the National League MVP award in 1974. He co-led first baseman with an impressive .478 slugging percentage and was third with 1,314 hits. Steve was the anchor of that famed Dodgers infield in the 70s, and I hope he finds his way to Cooperstown soon. Honorable mentions go out to Chris Chambliss, John Mayberry, and Boog Powell, along with the 3 Hall of Famers I mentioned at the start. Boy, first base is a tough position to rank. I hope you enjoyed. Like and subscribe. Thanks.